New year, new me. Maybe not the team, but me. Hi. What's up, fans? So, big news that happened yesterday. New jerseys. What? That's not why you're here. It's not why you're here. And I know that's not why you're here. You're here because the schedule was released yesterday. What? And you want to know, hey, Doug, you suck. You want to know, if you haven't seen it yet and you clicked on this video, then let's run it down. See when the bye week is. See when we're playing a London game. We're not playing a London game. High five myself. Woohoo! No London game this year, bitch. See when the bye week is. See when we're playing a primetime game. All that jazz. And then I'm going to predict the season. I don't like doing that right now before the draft because you don't know what players we're going to get. You don't know what players other teams are going to get. You don't know cuts, injuries, yada, yada, yada. But it's fun to just have fun and try to predict just from right now what the teams look like right now. Paper teams. That's what you're called, paper champions, when you win the offseason. Because don't mean shit. Look at the Eagles and I think 2006. Don't mean shit. So I'm going to, let's talk about the schedule. Let's see when we have our bye. And then I'm going to show, I found a cool website that we can predict the games. We can predict the games for all the 32 teams, but we're not doing that. We'll just predict Dolphin games. So let's look at the schedule. So, look at my computer's here, so I'm sorry that I'm looking this way, but I don't think it really matters to you. So, start the season off against the Titans at home. Hopefully they don't get a hurricane and just fluff that all up. Our bye week is week 11. I think last year it was week 11 last year. Hopefully, again, we don't lose our bye week. So that's a good spot to have a bye. Go on this crazy run and then rest. And then hopefully the last 6 games of the season are for playoff spot. And then we're rested and ready to go. But yeah, this year the Dolphins are playing the NFC North, which is the Packers, the Bears, the Lions, and the Vikings. Very hard division, especially with the Lions are always good, but it depends on the day. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. The Packers always tough. The Vikings are now real tough with that defense, and they have Kirk Cousins. But again, this is why I call paper champions, because we don't know how Kirk Cousins will play in that system. But anyway, so we're playing the NFC North. We're playing the AFC South, which is the Titans, the Texans, the Colts, and the Jaguars, who are got better. Titans are better. Jaguars are better. Colts are... Will Andrew Luck play? I don't know. And Texans are... Watson scares me with the Texans, so don't sleep on the Texans. Also, the Dolphins lost every game for to the Texans for like 10 straight years. So you don't want to be... Yeah. So that's the schedule. Our bye week's week 11. We have one primetime game, and that is a Thursday night game, which every team mandatorily gets a Thursday night game. Other than that, it's 1 o'clock on a Sunday. Every Sunday. I'm assuming these are every Sundays. 1 o'clock. That's it. You squandered your opportunity, Miami Dolphins. You had a ton of prime. You had a Sunday night game last year. You had 2 Monday night games last year, and you fluffed it all up. You sucked it up. Every primetime game, except for that Patriots game. But every primetime game, you had the Panthers game. You had the Raiders game. That's why you don't have one this year. Enjoy it. Now, let's go to our predictor. And in this predictor, we are going to pick what games I think the Dolphins will win or lose. And we'll see what their final standing is. And then we'll go from there. So let's do it! Week 1, Titans at home. Will the Dolphins win or lose that game? I don't know. They beat them last year, but that's without Marcus Mariota. They're going to have Marcus Mariota back. The defense got better. But they also lost some pieces. They also lost their head coach. And I think they have Mike Vrabel as their head coach. I'm picking the Dolphins to win. I think the Dolphins have a record with winning at home on their openers. Picking the Dolphins to win this one, only because new head coach, new scheme, new everything. That's what I'm picking. Dolphins, week 1, with a win. Week 2, they're at the Jets. Super pumped about that. Means we know it's not a cold weather game because it's September, second week in September. So I'm very happy about that. Now, last year they got their butts whooped in New York. The Dolphin takeover, New York Dolphin takeover didn't mean shiznit. Will they do it this year? They have Josh McCown back. They got Teddy Bridgewater. They're going to draft a quarterback. They got good pickups on defense, on linebacker, defensive line. They got corners. See, these games are hard to pick. So look, if you guys think that the choices I made are caca, by all means tell me, because give me a reasoning. You guys have been great commenting. But I'm going to... The Dolphins play well in New York, and if it's not a cold game, I think they'll play well. I think Adam Gase has Tannehill back, and I think he can do his thing with Tannehill, so I'm picking the Dolphins to win. Week 3. Week 3, we're home for the Raiders. That's a Sunday game. Again, 1 o'clock. Raiders have to go all the way to the East Coast. I know last year they did it, and they beat us, but that game was messy, and... tons of penalties cost us the game. I'm picking the Dolphins to win this game. So now you're thinking to yourself, Doug, you have the Dolphins going 3-0 at the beginning of the season. 3-0, 2-1. I can see them losing one of those 3 games I just picked, but I think with the Raiders coming from the West Coast, John Gruden's now their head coach again. And again, when you have a new head coach, it takes a good minute to get this. It takes about a month to get the system implemented against other opponents. In camp and stuff, you're facing yourself. So I'm picking the Dolphins to beat the Raiders home, 1 o'clock. So to the Raiders, it's like they're playing at 10 o'clock. Messes with their psyche. West Coast teams don't play great on the East Coast. So picking the Raiders. Let's go to week 4, and that's when they play the Patriots in Foxborough. Another happy time because I think that's like the first week in October. I don't have the dates here, so... Sue me! I'm picking the Patriots to win this game. Why else? Will Tom Brady be their quarterback? Yes, of course. Don't listen to the bullshittery that's going on right now. Patriots play great at home. Danny Amendola goes back to Foxborough. Will he have multiple touchdown game? I don't know. I don't know if he even is healthy for the beginning of the season. If he does, I do see him playing great. But Dolphins aren't winning this game. So their first loss is week 4. So they're 3-1. That sounds fan-fucking-tastic to me. I'm pretty sure every Dolphin fan will be pissing their pants. What? Week 5 in Cincinnati. Why are we playing Cincinnati, Doug? You said that we were playing the AFC South and the NFC North, and we're playing the AFC North's 3rd place team, which is the Bangles. This one's hard, but I'm going to pick the Dolphins on this one. The Bengals last year said their head coach said he was going to quit, and then he didn't quit. And then Vontaze Burfict this will be his first game back, I think. Yeah, this will be his first game back because he keeps getting suspended. They don't scare me. If the Dolphins can play the way they should play, they don't scare me. So I'm picking the Dolphins to win. I'm going to do the schedule again right before the season starts. How about that? So we'll see how the picks change with injuries and da-da-da-da. But I'm picking the Dolphins to beat the Bengals. They don't scare me. And a little off the bat. Week 6, we play the Chicago Bears. I think the Dolphins are going to beat the Chicago Bears. The Dolphins are home. Chicago, they got a good running game. They still got that sophomore slump with the quarterback. I'm picking the Dolphins to win that one. That one's just... If the Dolphins are 5-1, but after week 6, I will be ecstatic. I see them being 4-2, maybe 3-3. But 5-1 is best option. Again, I'm picking these off of just what's going on right now. So I'm going to redo these picks at the beginning of the season. Let's go to week 7. We got the Lions. And the Lions, see, they can go either way. Dolphins, when they play hard, they can beat anybody. They like to play up to their competition, but they also like to play down to their competition. So if at this point the Lions are like 0-7, the Dolphins might lose because they should beat them. Like if the Dolphins are 5-1 and the Lions are 0-6, the Dolphins will lose this game, just because that's just how the Dolphins play. But I'm like if the Lions are playing great right now, Stafford's lighting it up, Golden Tate's lighting it up. It's hard. I'm gonna give it to the Lions on this one. It's a hard one for me to pick, but the Lions offense scares me a little bit, and I don't know how this Dolphins defense is gonna play, especially with right now we have no defensive tackle, so they'll probably just run it down our throats. So let's go to week 8. Week 8 we play the Texans in Houston, which is a dome, so it don't really matter what date this is. But I'm gonna pick the Dolphins just because the Texans defense doesn't scare me. They'll get younger at linebacker, they're younger at corner, so they'll be able to cover Watson. So it doesn't really scare me. I'm picking the Dolphins. This is a very, very optimistic pickage. Will the season end up this way? No, no. Again, they're 6-2 right now from my picking. Will that happen? No. Will 4-4 happen right now? Yes. 4-4, I'm happy with 4-4. So let's go to week 9. Because what the hell do I know? Jets at Dolphins. I'm gonna pick the Jets on this one, only because the Dolphins always tend to split with the Jets, and they don't have a new head coach. They still have Josh McCown. You don't know who the quarterback is going to be, who the starter is. Teddy Bridgewater might even be the starter. I'm going to pick the Jets with this one, just because the Jets always do play well down in Miami and piss off Dolphin fans in Florida. Week 10 at the Packers. Dolphins are not winning this game. I don't care. They did it 4 years ago. No, 8 years ago, I think it was. It was a while ago when the Dolphins played in Lambeau and they won. It's a long time ago. It was a big upset. It's not happening this year. If Aaron Rodgers is healthy, and this is what I'm talking about. Aaron Rodgers right now is healthy, so I'm going off of right now, and I think the Packers will win. But if Aaron Rodgers is injured, then it might flip. Week 11. I'm like looking at the Dolphins standings, and I'm like, Doug, you're doing a horrible job. Week 11, Dolphins have a bye. Week 12, they come back from the bye. They play the Colts in Indianapolis. If Andrew Luck is playing, I give it a toss-up. But if Andrew Luck isn't playing, I'm picking the Dolphins. I'm going to pick the Dolphins here. I think the Dolphins will beat the Colts. I'm not afraid of the Colts. I ain't afraid of no-goes. They have a new head coach as well. The Eagles quarterback, offense coordinator, not quarterback coach, Doug. They don't have a running back that scares me because he's now with the Dolphins, Frank Gore. They don't have a quarterback that scares me because I don't know if Andrew Luck is going to be the same Andrew Luck. Their defense is hot garbage. They should be picking third, but they trade with the Jets. I think the Dolphins will win this one. Let's go to week 13. Again, if by week 13 the Dolphins are 7-4 going into the game home against the Bills, oh man, oh man, oh man. Will the Dolphins beat the Bills? Bills right now have no quarterback. They will be drafting a quarterback and starting a rookie at quarterback. When they had Tyrod Taylor, if they still had Tyrod Taylor, I would pick the Bills to win this game. But they don't have Tyrod Taylor. Do they still have a great defense? Yeah, their defense is pretty good. I think they lost their defensive tackle. They lost Richie Incognito, who retired. I'm picking the Dolphins to beat the Bills in this game. Why? I just told you why. Week 14 against the Patriots, home. Picking the Dolphins because they did it last year. Dolphins play great at home against the Patriots. They'll be rested after a bye. Picking it. 9-4 right now. Pooh! I'd be super pumped. Let's go to week 15. Week 15, they will be playing the Vikings in Minnesota. I'm picking the Vikings to win that game. Vikings are tough. Vikings probably will be winning this division. Yeah, so I will be picking the Vikings to beat the Dolphins. Week 16, we are playing the Jaguars. Home. It depends on the Jaguars. They still have Blake Bortles at quarterback, who's just hot garbage. Their defense is what won them all those games. So will the Dolphins beat the Jaguars at home to go to 9-6? Yes. I think they have a slump. I think they get too cocky for the britches. I think they are hot shit because of the success they had last year, and I think they flounder. I pick flounder. We're the Dolphins. And I pick the Dolphins to beat the Jaguars. Final week of the season, the Dolphins up in Buffalo. It's going to be cold as tits. I'm going to pick the Dolphins for this one, okay? So the Dolphins, but I don't think they'll go 11-5. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna double check these. Will they win against the Titans? We're gonna do a quick recap. Dolphins, Titans. Doug, you sticking? Final? Yes, I think they're gonna win the home opener. They just have heart. Will they beat the Jets in New York? Yes, I'm sticking to that one. Week 3, will they win against the Raiders at home? Yes, I'm sticking to that one just because going from West Coast to East Coast, it's gonna suck balls. Patriots will beat us, yes. Week 5, will the Dolphins beat the Bengals? Maybe this is the one game that they will lose. Maybe they'll go on a skid. Lose to the Patriots, lose to the Bengals, right? Let's go to week 6. I do think they'll beat the Bears. Lions will beat them. Week 8, I think they'll beat the Texans. I like this one better. That Bengals one was giving me agita about if they were going to win that one or not. So yeah, best case scenario, this is what I pick. They go 10-6. One of these games can flip-flop either way down. If they go 10-6, that is the best case scenario for the Miami Dolphins in the 2018 season. I think it's a success. You go to 10-6 and possibly make the playoffs. Worst case scenario, which I'll still be happy with, is 8-8, 9-7. I'm good with that. Absolute worst case scenario is like a 2-14 or 4-12 season. But yeah. This is what I'm thinking now with the season. These are my picks now for the season. Again, they might change. I'm going to do another one of these come early September, right before the season starts, just to reiterate if I've changed and if I think they'll do better or worse. That's my thought process on the Dolphins and this season and the schedule. Schedule's tough. A lot of cold games at the end of the year. I think we get like 3 or 4 cold games at the end of the year, or towards the middle, towards the end of the year. I'm just real quick going to just tell you why I think the Dolphins were complete ass last year. Hurricane messed everything up. We lost our bye week. Ryan Tannehill got hurt. Our middle linebacker got hurt. We found out our offensive line coach snorting coke. It was one thing after another, where the Dolphins just had more shit piled on top of them. And they still played hard enough that we watched it every week to hope and pray that they got better and hope and pray that they were in the playoff hunt. And when we beat the Patriots at the end of the year, we were still in the playoff hunt. So the fact that in the beginning of the season we had this shit, and Lawrence Timmons AWOL, we had a shit show of things just bogging us down, and we still, persevered somewhat to make the season somewhat watchable. I'm feeling good about this year. I'm feeling good about having Tannehill back. I'm feeling good that hopefully they get the quarterback they want, but I'm feeling good. 2016, the Dolphins went 10-6, made the playoffs, right? Everyone thought they were going to fight with the Patriots for the division. And like I said, hurricane happened, Tannehill got hurt, middle linebacker got hurt. All of a sudden, all these things happened, and the Dolphins weren't the same team that they were in 10-6. We lost our defensive coordinator to the Broncos. Like, all of this shit happened to change the team. And that's why right now, me picking these games was hard, because it could change. Injuries could happen, trades could happen, hurricanes could happen. So, you can't go by last year. Like, I picked the Vikings to beat the Dolphins because the Vikings were ridiculously good last year. But you never know. There could be slumps. So, that's what I thought about this season. That's my picks. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about my picks, which games you would switch. I'm not even happy with what I picked. So if you guys are like, no, Doug, we think this over that, or no, Doug, this over that for this reason, let me know in the comments below. If you're other teams fans and I picked your team to lose and you're mad and you have a reason why, let me know below. Comment. Be like, hey, Doug, the Raiders will beat you. I don't give a shit. They're going from West Coast because da-da-da-da-da. Let me know. Hit that like button. Let me know if you guys want me to stream the draft. I will stream the draft. If you guys want me to, we can watch it together and be surprised by trades and picks that we thought were going to happen that aren't going to happen. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. See you guys real soon. Thank you so much for all the support and the likes and the comments and all that stuff. And fins up. This is Jarvis Landry. He was drafted in the first round. Jarvis Landry was drafted in the second. This is the second round. This is the first round. There's differences. Let's break down stats. So, Mike Evans, I got my computer over here. I'm breaking down stats. Mike Evans, in 2014,